Hey, welcome to the show. It is New Year's Eve. It's 2020. Woo, it's almost over. Not like anything's gonna change after this. Tonight, I kind of woke up late and did some shopping earlier. I'm gonna try to take out as much under this hood as possible and then mock up the fender and quarter flares and see where I need to cut or someone needs to cut. I don't know if I trust myself. I'm also going to be drinking because it's New Year's and I'm not doing any party plans. So, should be fun. I'll probably start not making sense after like one or two of these. So, might be kind of funny. I don't know. Not too much left under the hood, thankfully. So, and this is Cider Boys Grand Mimosa. I'm a cider person, and this basically tastes like adult orange juice. So it's really, really good. Nice and loose terminals. Exactly what you want when you're, having a battery in a car. Looks like there was probably a bird's nest in here. Good. We had to use the scary ball joint separator that makes everything pop, and I lost a nail once because of those, because of that thing. Alright, so now we take the rack and pinion out. Maybe.
How's it that poor people afford all the fireworks?
They got their $600 stimmies.
Yeah.
Ugh. It was like double nutted. Hilarious. Oh my god. Is that
What? Fuck yeah.
America, fuck yeah. I feel bad for all the people with dogs that are like, please stop doing this shit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hear about it in that neighborhood app for real soon.
Okay, I took out 2 nuts already.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you either shine a light down here? There might be another one. That would be absurd. Okay, I've taken 2 off down here. Now I've tried twisting.
You disconnect from the.
Oh, I see what it's doing. It'll probably come up. Okay, there's like old bushing holding. Okay, so yeah, and then
I can just use the vice grip to hold it if you want.
This one's smaller. Maybe a 12. Oh, that's like right.
Literally the neighbor.
Yeah.
Looking Natalia pretending to work on her own car.
Whee!
You were blowing out your mic with that thing.
Oh. Okay, this is a different style because the other side had 2 nuts under the little bushing. This one has 1 nut under the bushing.
Or the one of the nuts really fell out, or the other.
50-year-old car stuff. So this one there. Just pull it. I mean,
I'm pulling it, it's not coming out.
force it. Hit it with a hammer. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, just, I guess set that out of the way for the moment, and then get this racking. Okay. I got my part out.
This goes on this body line, so it's like kind of like that. Ish. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so should I just mark up here or down there? I mean, we're not.
Mark top.
Okay.
Because everything underneath this kit can be cut off.
Technically.
Yeah.
I just know where to stop sanding. Oh, was I need to go lower? Did we adjust it?
Yeah. Here, there you go.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's the lowest line.
Yeah, okay. So, I am basically just doing this because I'm going to start sanding the car because I'm waiting on a bunch of parts and I can't do suspension until I get those parts in, so the body's going to take a while. Stuff's got to be cut. This paint has like multiple different colors under it. It's got some rust spots, so that's going to be, this is a big project, so
I'll grab this. Okay, so this is kind of supposed to
oh gosh.
obviously match up with the door. And then it's supposed to go like that, something like this. Yeah, do it like that.
And it doesn't have to be 100% precise.
Yeah.
We're just getting like a basic idea. Okay.
The reason I'm not sure that's exactly right is the way this overhangs like that, instead of being like, you know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're just.
I said this isn't the cut line, it's just the don't sand line.
Right, yes.
Or don't roll it.
Yes. Correct. So I totally forgot to say we were going to Orlando in a prior video. And we actually met with Ant. He gave a little interview and explained in detail more of the engine. So here it is. Hey, it's Natalia. It's okay.
That's fine.
Hey,
Just
it's
keep going.
Natalia. I'm at Enjuku Racing. I came to pick up some car parts for the Datsun. I'm here with Ant.
Hi.
He is the gentleman.
I am quite gentle.
My friend from Enjuku who provided me with a bunch of parts for the Datsun. You have a 74
260Z.
That, yeah, you just went a different way with your build.
Yeah, I've gone multiple different ways.
Yeah, so he had a bunch of parts. He's like, I gotta get rid of it. I got an S13 build and I have no room. So you want to come pick this up? And he knew I already wanted it, and I was like, perfect. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
went to a good home.
Yep.
Actually doing more with it now than the 10 years that I had it sitting in a box. So.
And I picked up the diff. I don't know if Zach, can you see the diff? Okay, so I picked up the diff today. It's in a bag, but it's a S14 diff.
Yeah, S14 ABS, LSD, out of
some
S14.
Yeah, and then I also got a radiator because, as you saw in a previous video, all the in the water pump, it was just looked like doo doo. Yeah. So the radiator is probably fucked too. So we're just.
Yeah, it's an upgraded aluminum radiator.
Yeah,
so.
and I think it's thicker, so cool. Yeah. And I didn't remember what exactly the engine was, and I wanted to see if you can kind of like, I know you were explaining it once, and
so like the engine, the little history behind the engine was it was sitting on a shelf at a race shop for at least 15 years. And when it was actually run, it was ran in a series where you could only use the OEM parts during a time period where a lot of people were racing these Datsuns around, and they were using all the best parts of all the years of the L series engine. So the L series engines had multiple different cylinder heads throughout the years. Yeah, like they had one on the 260, one on the 240, one on the 280, blah blah blah, one on the turbo motor, and they weren't all the same. So what it is it's a Frankenstein of the best rods, the best OEM pistons, the best cylinder head on an L28 2.8 block, and it's just been gone through, and they knife edged the crank and just, you know, it's got a cam in it, and they just essentially used it for one race.
Okay, and just sat there.
And then sat on the shelf. Actually, it went on the engine dyno, made power, and then sat on the shelf.
Okay, and what's the kind of power that's looking to come out of it? Ish.
It's not like your mom's Camry of today, which makes like 300 something horsepower. No, but
it's a little car. Doesn't need much.
Depending on the fuel, which is probably just gonna run pump gas. I would say it probably make to the wheel 200, 190.
Okay, and then like I said, it's a really tiny car. So as you know, like Miatas, even Civics, whatever, little cars, you don't need much.
Yeah, you don't need much out of that. Like that's going to be enough for it to scoot for sure.
Yeah.
Especially since you've got the triple Makunis and the header, and I'm saying it does have a cam. It's a little bit higher compression than stock, so it will be fun. It was quick. I had a very similar version of that in my Datsun, running, driving. That wasn't as nice as that one. Okay. And the car scooted. It felt like it was going to explode because the car was so bad, but it scooted.
Okay, I remember you saying you can either you can go to fuel injected, or you can stick with fuel injected, or you can get an ECU, that'd be fuel injected. Yeah. But, or just regular.
The carbs are on it. Yeah, the carb setup you have on that is actually kind of rare. So when I gave you, it's like triple Makuni with the Canon intake, and like for the time that we made a lot of power, and it was pretty good setup and well sought after, but it does get finicky. You know, you have to, tune the carbs really good. You probably have to like seal them up because it's been sitting for a while. So
yeah, we did notice we need to. I think that one is kind of smashed. Might have to buy the new.
The filter smashed. Yeah, I got the filter smashed, but those are easy. Like I would have never even used those in the first place. Uni make a good set of like filters that go on there now. Okay. Or you can just get Canon, make a replacement one of that same set you have on there, which they're just the full Canon filter instead of being encased inside of that. So
okay, and then
but you can go fuel injected.
Yeah, we were thinking you wanted to see if we can do ITBs or something.
No, I was just talking about putting velocity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, instead of doing the filters, you could just bolt velocity stacks on the outside too. But then you don't have a filter.
Yeah.
So depending on how many gravel roads you drive down,
0.
then you're fine.
With that kit and the wheels, I don't want to fuck it up with gravel.
Then you could, you won't have any form of protection from sucking stuff inside.
As long as water doesn't get inside, I'm cool.
Yeah,
But so I just remember him telling me that, and I just totally forgot. It's a lot of information, and I think we were driving, so I wasn't.
Yeah, and
not
I
all
don't.
there.
It's something I had that engine for at least 6-7 years, and it had been sitting, and the information has been passed down between people. So I pulled it apart, and to see if any of that stuff was even true, and every single piece inside of the engine has its weight written on it, and it's been like straight blueprinted all the way across the whole thing. So I'm like, all right. And the person I got it from was very reputable, so I'm pretty sure
I'm excited.
it goes hand in hand. So
Yeah, I'm excited because I got it. It didn't run very good when we got it in Atlanta 4 years ago. It overheated, as you know why, and it's just been sitting. I've been patiently waiting to get the Stealth out of the garage and finally get it going, and it's perfect time. It's not too hot.
that's nice. That's weather.
Yeah. Quarantine year, so lots of extra time off. But big projects.
That's good.
But
Can't wait to see it go.
yeah? Okay. Alright, so we're back home. I got some car parts in the mail today, but first I just wanted to say thank you to Ant for giving some information about the build. He works at Enjuku Racing, and if you like drifting or just cool cars in general, feel free to follow them at enjukuracing.com. They also have Instagram, Facebook, yada yada yada. They also sell a bunch of car parts for any of your S chassis needs, and they also have other parts for different other makes. So we started cleaning up the engine bay. It looks like they used like spray can paint, so it's like peeling off really good. But to get the rest of the job off, we're gonna use this. I'll do that next few days whenever I get a chance. And then I also got, like I said, I got some good new parts. It's just really suspension parts. It's nothing crazy, but I needed it anyways. And then I got a Haynes manual, which I know the internet has everything, but it's nice to have it in your fingertips. And then little boots. This is for the rack and pinion. I ordered a second one as well because we found out the other one's torn too. And then some just like dress up stuff. And then need a freeze plug. So still waiting on a bunch of other stuff, but it's coming along. Little things that we discover here and there that need to be replaced. But yeah, so if you can see that the yellow is it came off pretty good. We just took a steel wool, and actually Purple Power actually ate the crap out of a lot of this. So it was so I ordered more stuff for the rack and pinion, also from Z-Car Depot, another boot to the other side, and then the inner and outer tie rods. I'll do that in the next video along with some other suspension and hopefully some brake parts. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up on this engine bay. I'm gonna do a little test piece first to make sure it does okay, and then I'll start filming the whole process, because I'm probably gonna have a little bit of trials of how to apply it, because it's a can rather than a spray. I'm probably just gonna take a toothbrush or something, and like the scrub brush, and kind of do it. But I'm gonna do, like I said, a little test thingy first. Alright, so I've did some trial and error, and the first time I'll show you. The first round I just put it on, and then I immediately started scraping it off with a toothbrush, and it did alright. It actually went through some metal in some places, but it didn't get all of it very good. So I moved on to this top part. I just put it on pretty good. You're supposed to let it sit for 45 minutes if you want to get to the metal, but I don't want to get to the metal, so I'm just going to leave it on for 10 minutes. I'm going to set my timer, and then I'm going to come try to scrape it off. And we'll see how it looks after 10 minutes. If that's a good time to work with, I'll do the rest with about 10 minutes. Like I said, all that black was like really crappy spray can. It started coming off pretty good with purple power, but it just didn't get it all off. So I don't want to have it peeling when I do paint it, so I want to do it right. So hope 10 minutes is good, because I gotta get to work today, so I don't have all day to just dilly-dally with this. Alright, 10 minutes on the clock. Alright, I'm not gonna put it much closer than this, because this stuff is really brutal and you don't want it getting on the camera or your skin or your eyes or like anything really. It's very vicious. Yeah, okay. So this can stuff is a lot different than the spray stuff. I definitely think I prefer the spray. Like the can stuff is really, it's kind of like a honey-ish texture. And put more on. So I contacted Techno Toys, which is where I bought the camber plates from for the coilovers, and they said about 2 to 3 weeks till that comes in. I did order a bushing set from them, so I asked if they could send that before the 2 or 3 weeks, because I can get a lot done with just the bushings. I have the diff now, I have all the other suspension parts in, I have the rack and pinion rebuild kit, the new diff, I probably already said that, sorry. So I can put a lot of this stuff in if I get new bushings. So hopefully they answer me next week with a yes. That'd be cool. I can get some stuff done. Otherwise, I'm gonna be stuck with just sanding and then maybe replacing some suspension parts that I already have, like the bushings in, with my other Techno Toys parts that I already have. And then I can also do the brakes, but I will be kind of stuck on doing the coilovers. I can't put the rack and pinion in because 2 of the bushings for that are for the rack and pinion. Same with the sway bar. So it's kind of a pain. Same with the diff. I can't put in the diff without the diff bushings. So I'm really, really, really hoping they say yes to that. That'll get me some progress. If you do have any questions or anything you want to see on the car that I haven't shown, please feel free to comment. This is going to be the last part of this video because I can't do the paint until I get the camber plates, because I'm going to have to cut the strut towers. I'll just show you. So the strut towers, basically there's a stencil that will go on the strut towers, and then you just cut them out, and then I could actually start priming and painting. And I obviously don't want to start doing that until I get that done, because I don't want chips. I'm kind of anal about my paintwork. My Acura, I was really anal about that. I redid stuff multiple times because I wasn't happy with the end result. And thankfully I have my job. I'm a vehicle inspector, so I have a good eye for bad paintwork. So I was very, very critical of myself. Still not perfect, but I did really, really well for a first time full car paint. It has nice flake in it. I did really well. Anyway, so I'm gonna be really anal about this engine bay for the same reasons. And so it's a waiting game. I ordered the parts Black Friday, so it's been over a month and a half. And so I understand stuff's billed to order, so no biggie. As long as they can send the bushings, I'm cool with and get stuff done with just the bushings. Alright, so this should be almost the end of 10 minutes, so I'm going to start scrubbing this in a few. Alright, so we got about half of one side done. I basically just used a steel wool thing or this plastic scraper. It probably would have been better if it was metal. It's doing pretty well considering I didn't get too much into the metal, so that's good. But that side is processing, I guess that's the right wording, and then we'll try to get the firewall a little bit, and then we should finally be done with this. And yeah. Well, didn't you want to get done? Off pretty good. Better. We're just gonna sand back on the firewall because it's only flaking in a few spots, and that should be easy. We're gonna sand down the rest of the little black spots and make it, make it smooth. And then, yeah, just fingers crossed, waiting for those camber plates to start cutting, and then I can go ahead and paint under here. Next will be suspension. So, yay. Okay, well, have a good one.